in my opinion, my most important muscles that I think you guys should be training. Number 1 is lats, number 2, shoulders, and number 3, chest. So it's pretty much all in the upper body for men to create that V taper. So first we're going to discuss lats because I brought it up first. So lats are what essentially give you the fake lat syndrome, you know, when people walk around like this and stuff. If you don't have mass in that area to take up space to like get your arms like out to the side like that, it's not really gonna create that V taper for yourself. So I think lats are very important. You know, having that cobra back, the demon back, whatever they call that, that's crucial for having an aesthetic physique. So my favorite exercises for back, those include pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, and bent over rows. You can do any kind of rowing movement as long as you're training heavy and, you know, getting a good pump and a good burn, a lot of blood flow in there. And I would train heavy 1 to 2 days a week, and I would do like a volume day at least once per week just to get like a dedicated day to that muscle and just doing nothing but isolation movements and stuff for the lats. And this is assuming you're going to the gym, you're training every muscle group at least twice a week. So if you really want to max out your particular muscle, in this case lats, I would be hitting it more than twice a week. Next we got shoulders. So I actually learned this advice from Derek from More Plates, More Dates. So you want to get those 3D delts to give you that illusion as well, the V taper, because it's all in the upper body again, and shoulders are one of the most upper muscles. So my recommendation, similar to the last, you want to do at least 2 heavy days and then 1 to 2 volume days. So you want to do like 1 heavy day when you're doing heavy overhead press. So you want to do one of those heavy days, and you also want to do like a lightweight dedicated shoulder day. And these are more volume days when you're doing more like resistance band works, lateral raises, lightweight type stuff. Those are great for getting that blood to flow in the muscles and encouraging that hypertrophy. It's very important. And then chest. For chest, basically the same principle applies for all these muscle groups that I'm mentioning. So you want to do, again, 1 to 2 heavy days and volume days, and you want to focus on compound lifts. That's another thing. For all 3 of these, you want to do compound lifts. So for bench, I would focus more on incline to really target the upper pecs, because that's pretty much going to build the rest of your pecs, because it's, you know, essentially what you should be working on. It's going to build the rest of it, give you that upper build illusion in the upper chest. Obviously stuff like incline presses, you can do dumbbell presses as well. And then you have your accessories like traps and arms. My best recommendation for traps is doing rack pulls above the knees, and basically I feel the best response from this exercise, the best way to target your traps is just putting a bunch of weight and just stretching your traps down, stretching your arms down. That's, in my opinion, the best way to really tear up those muscle fibers up there in the trapezius. You can try shrugs, but in my opinion, in my experience, shrugs don't work as well compared to rack pulls. I feel much more sore after a few sets of rack pulls the next day. And for arms, my opinion, I think, you know, the same principle. I would go heavy for. I really am an advocate for doing cheat curls, doing heavy cheat curls. That is, you know, you're cheating to get it up, but you're also going really slow at the bottom as you're releasing the weight in the eccentric movement, concentric, you know what I mean. When you're going down, just go slow. And then combine that, do like supersets with elastic bands, do high reps, you know, same thing for triceps. They are small muscle groups, so you want to be careful with those. You want to go super heavy. You don't want to go super heavy. And then for legs, obviously, you do want to include those, but they don't make up the upper body, but obviously you don't want to have chicken legs. So for legs, to hit the entire thigh, in my opinion, the best workout is squats and doing glute thrusts. That's pretty much all you need to do. And then for abs, I wouldn't waste my time hitting abs directly. I don't freaking do abs. I don't recommend you guys do abs. It's such a waste of time. So instead, what I recommend is don't wear a belt when you're doing your standing overhead presses, when you're doing squats. If you do deadlifts, that's cool too. And also when you do pull-ups, that also targets your core as well, because you're using your ab muscles, you're recruiting your ab muscles to stabilize your body as you're in such an awkward position up, you know, holding your body up in the air, or when you're overhead pressing, like you're wiggling around. What muscle do you think is keeping your body upright? You guessed it, your abs. So as long as you don't have that belt around your waist that pretty much just encourages your body to rest back on it, that reduces a lot of the tension in your abs, therefore you're not going to hit it as well. And I mean, take it from me, like I've been training for 6 years plus and I don't really hit abs at all directly. In fact, I don't remember the last time I did, and I've got a pretty good blocky set of abs, I would say. And then obviously guys, if you want to have an aesthetic physique, diet is, as cliche as it sounds, diet is king, man. If you're not at a low enough body fat percentage to see your striations, to see your tonnage, your definition, it's all futile. You can have all the muscle mass in the world, but if you're not at a lean enough body fat percentage, it's all futile. So this is my way of training for aesthetics. Again, this is different from powerlifting, different from athletic stuff, from, you know, training for sports specific stuff. This is all aesthetics. The key is just target those 3 muscles, work on those the most, do heavy days, and also do volume days when you're doing high reps, like dedicated arm days, dedicated shoulder days when you're just doing a bunch of reps, just burning out, and also doing heavy days when you're trying to hit PRs and stuff, because what's the point of having an aesthetic physique if you don't have big muscles bulging? And, you know, those heavy days really help with that, as well as high rep days. That is also going to encourage hypertrophy. But anyways, if you got some value out of this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe and give it a like if you are new.